Hey, what's up? How you doing, everyone? It's James Zamero here at SwitchWatch, your home for everything Nintendo Switch related. I'm back today with another indie review. This one is Tumblestone by the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild. Thank you very much to those guys for giving us a copy for review purposes. As always, we're going to give you our honest opinions and, importantly, should you spend your hard-earned cash on this one? Let's jump in and find out. Tumblestone is a match 3 puzzle game, a genre not commonly known for including a story, so it's refreshing to see the developer include one. Somebody has messed with the Tumblestones and you put down your sandwich and head out to figure out what's happened. Along the way you come across a number of different characters and visit different lands across different times. This is all very light-hearted and introduces you to the game mechanics in a fun way. The audio is fine but forgettable. The main song is kept quite low as more of a background hum than something that is a large part of the game. It would have been a nice touch to hear some more songs. The sound effects are fine. The tumblestones make a nice clank when they hit. The game features some fun character design with a pharaoh, goblin king and my personal favourite, a sausage. The tumblestones themselves are nice and colourful and each world has a varied background. The presentation itself, however, is lacking. The menus are very plain and lack simple direction, making getting around the game a little less polished than it could have otherwise been. The main stage for you to play on doesn't seem to quite be the right aspect ratio, and if you play multiplayer with just 2 people, it squashes you onto one half of the screen as all 4 player slots are open when playing multiplayer. These flaws are small and do not affect the gameplay, but it is noticeable and may put some players off. At first glance, this is your average 3-match puzzle game, but this initial view is pleasantly incorrect. You will naturally start by selecting 3 tumblestones and will very quickly hit a dead end. The board has a predefined set of stones and you can shoot any of the stones of the bottom row, removing it and sticking it at the top of the screen where there are 3 slots, and shooting 3 of the same colour will delete those blocks. Where the difficulty lies is in doing things in the right order, as doing it in the wrong order will lead you to a dead end, which will mean starting all over again. Because of this, the gameplay is a bit slower and a bit more strategic than most similar games, which is a nice change of pace. The main story mode is set over 12 worlds, each with 30 levels. Initially your goal is to solve a level by shooting the tumblestones in the right order until all stones are cleared. As you get further in, you'll find some levels of variation. For example, some levels begin to spawn additional rows over time, forcing you to think a little faster. Others require you to solve 3 consecutive puzzles in order to win, which are particularly frustrating as making a single mistake at any point will mean restarting from the first puzzle. As you progress, you'll find items that let you skip particularly annoying levels, which is a good move as there are some steep difficulty spikes. The story mode is good and certainly has enough content. However, I did feel that you can see there is a frustrating side, a bit like a mobile game such as Candy Crush, and I felt like the game may have been designed with paywalls in mind for the freemium mobile version of the game instead. It didn't put me off completely, but I did find I needed a break from that mode after some time. Outside of story mode, you have 2 other single player modes. Marathon is a straightforward play until you get overwhelmed mode, which plays out nicely, and Heartbeat mode, which has spawning enabled, making for a faster playing experience. Multiplayer is a breath of fresh air and where I found the game shined. You have a number of modes which are all enjoyable. Puzzle Race has you racing to clear your board, and the first to clear the board wins. Tug of War has you clearing a board, and for every 4 rows cleared, your opponent has 4 rows added. The final mode is Battle, which adds rows to your opponent's board each time you clear a line. The Switch is a great fit here as you can use a single Joy-Con each. With the Switch on the move, you can crowd up to 4 players around a single console. On the move, the game works well, and as it has very simple controls, there are no complexity issues to deal with. Where I was very disappointed was in finding out the game does not feature any online modes at all. It's a game which I found best to play in multiplayer. This is a big shame. Yes, you can play multiplayer against bots, and thankfully that works rather well, but it isn't a replacement. What makes it worse is knowing that the game was released in 2016 with online play included on the Xbox, PS4 and even the Wii U. I can only assume the developers struggled to implement this into the game, and the price was reduced a bit, perhaps to reflect this missing option. The game is priced competitively, and the single player story mode alone has over 300 levels, representing a huge amount of playtime. No online play does take away some of the value here. Overall then, this is a solid puzzle game and a fine addition to the Nintendo Switch. The gameplay is great, albeit the game lacks polish. Sadly, this version does not include online modes, which for me has lowered the overall score. However, if you are planning to play this alone or with friends locally only, then you are getting good value here and a fun game. Overall then, this one's a respectable 6 out of 10. A massive shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you very much for sticking with us. You might want to check out our written review over at switchwatch.co.uk. For those of you who have seen us for the first time today, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Love to hear your comments, and if you like what you see, you might want to consider subscribing to stay up to date with all the latest Switch happenings. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again. Take care.